Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming, home of cool things like this. Look, these are magazines that come out monthly that tell you about board games and tabletop stuff. It's a pretty cool spot to be and you should check that out in the link in the description. But, by the by, today we have some very exciting news. I've got a box full of cool stuff and I want to show you the cool stuff because as soon as I opened it I was like, the world needs to see this. Now this massive box is from Mr Meeple, and Mr Meeple is a sort of apparel and cool gaming adjacent stuff brand that I'm really excited about. They're on Kickstarter at the moment and they've sent us a ton of stuff to take a look at. There's just too much in here not to share it, so I thought we'd go through it today. You can find out what they're like and sort of live your best nerdy self with me, so let's do this. Without further ado, let's take a look inside and see what we've got, and it's starting with my favourite thing. This is a Meeple Pillow. Ah! Do you know what? I just love having something like nonchalantly gaming so that when people come into my house I've got everything beautiful and everything very nice, and then I've got a Meeple Pillow to be like, here you go. Here's my nerdiness for you. Are you in? The other part of that, of course, being that there's that really nice sort of fishing thing that you do. If ever I start a new job, I tend to bring in a really nerdy mug and then I sort of fish around and I'm like, does anyone know this reference? Anyone? You know this reference? Okay, we're gonna be friends. Which, to be honest, is precisely why I like things like this so much, is because it's a really good way of being able to go, oh, by the way, I'm a nerd. Are you a nerd? Cool, let's be friends. So, I said about it being apparel and I meant it. So we have, so there we go. That is Cardboard Lover Board Game Pure Geek. That's a good way to describe us, don't you think? Interestingly, I prefer the term nerd to geek. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as to what your preferred choice is. But these guys, so Mr Meeple, will generally make loads of board game adjacent apparel and cool things. I think I've said that already, but in some instances that's going to refer to specific games, and in some it's cool franchises, like this one, which is very Star Warsy, but it's got a massive Meeple as the Death Star instead. I love that. I am just imagining heading to somewhere like UK Games Expo or our own show in September. You should definitely come along to that. Links and explanations are in the description. And just making friends through it. But these are dice trays. Okay, so that's a really nice pattern. I love a good dice tray because you don't realise how much you need them. I started learning to play Dungeons and Dragons during the pandemic, so we did everything online, and then when we all met in person, so few of us had dice trays. I say us, of course I brought my entire equipment. If it's D&D related, I'm bringing it. But nobody else had, and I had to we'd lend out and use boxes and things. They're surprisingly useful, and you don't always realise you're going to need them. Oh, I love this. Look, we've got Mr Meeple socks. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at those. They're adorable. And then some black ones as well, so black and white ones. These are a good like present, I think. I'd absolutely buy them for myself, but I feel like if I'm like not too sure what I'm gonna get so-and-so for XYZ, these are a good thing to sort of chuck in. Now what else have we got? We have a tie as well. My goodness, I'm gonna have to learn how to tie a tie. That's just wonderful. This is a scarf. Oh, I love it. Oh. I feel like, this is all autumnal, isn't it, in the orange. I like this. But how cool is that? Let's make him look cool. Now, more t-shirts. Let's see. Oh, so this one is a good mixture of stuff. So I kind of like, the middle feels like a little bit like Sagrada-y in sort of like a Mosaic style. But then we've got the different dice, so our polyhedral dice around the side. We've got different markers and tokens. We've got like, he's very Cthulhu-y. I don't know whether that's supposed to be a specific game and I've just missed the point completely, but I like it. It is funky. Now this one might be one of my favourites because I'm going to ask you to name what board games you think these relate to and just try and do as many as you can. Please let me know in the comments what ones you're thinking of. So pause it sort of now, have a look, let me know in the comments how many you think you can relate to different games and what you think they all are. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm not going to tell you the ones that I can see. I also wonder, and let me know in the comments what you think of this, if it's one of those, you know when they tell you to look at loads of stuff and then the first thing that jumps out of you, like the Rochage test, the first thing that jumps out at you is like a sign of something. Maybe that's what happened here. So what was the first one that jumped out at you from there that you were like, it's definitely blah blah blah, and is that a sign of what your next game should be? Okay, I'm taking them out of the box because look how many more we've got. This feels like a sort of standard one that you'd expect. Look at that big Meeple, but lots of words, lots of games, everything in there. Oh, I love it. They've got everything from the Isle of Cats to Spirit Island. We've got Puerto Rico. We've got Eldritch Horror. Oh, we've got Targi, Cryptid, Red Rising. I wonder what got them to pick these ones. But either way, looks great. We keep going. Now, we also have this one, right, which is a little bit different. I really like it because it's basically a band tee, but with board games. So this is the kind of thing I would have from my youth because goodness knows I don't do it anymore. But we've got Scythe, we've got Blood Rage, we've got Tyrants of the Underdark rather than actual bands on it. I just think that's really cool. That's another sort of like funky way to meet people. Be like, oh, what was it that you went to go see? And it's like, no, it's board games. Then we have one a little similar to that one at the beginning that's got some sort of same colours. It's also a Mr Meeple one. This is a Mr Meeple classic. And it just says play to win at the bottom. Pure geek, finest cardboard. Oh, I think this is the one from the dice tray, or the same pattern. I really like that. Look, it's so pretty. As if that wasn't enough, we've still got 2 more to go. So this one, what have we got? A little more RPG, I would say. I shall wear that when I'm playing my rogue with the stabby. And finally, when in doubt, head down the Cthulhu route. He looks suitably furious, and I love the idea of wearing this to like my in-laws' house and surprising them with something that's like there. That, of course, is the technical term. So these I think are quite good fun. I'm the kind of person that loves being able to like sort of subtly show off something that I love. So my phone case is nerdy, my laptop case is nerdy. I wear nerdy t-shirts when I can get hold of them because goodness, the amount of Pokemon ones I bought that have had stuff peel off them straight away, and it's really frustrating. I think it's a really cool way to do it. And the fact that you can get things like socks and a scarf and a pillow is also really cool. They're on Kickstarter pretty much now, I believe. So you can go and pledge for some of the new designs that are coming out and get yourself behind those, get those shipped over to yourself, and join me in nerdy happiness. If you're coming along to Tabletop Gaming Live in September, give me a shout. But if I see you wearing one of these at any of the conventions in between then and now, either give me a wave or I'll come say hi because they're really cool. So there you have it. That's all from us today. Don't forget to check out the magazine in all its epicness. That is at a website that I will pop below, where you can also find things like reviews, news and features, all of the cool tabletop stuff. Don't forget to pop in the comments the things I've asked about through these. Let me know which ones you like best, whether you wear these sorts of things, because I definitely do. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.